Welcome back to the Life of a Fit Pro. I am your Fit Pro host, Andrea Anderson, and this is what I've promised. So the last 2 episodes, we have detailed 10 reasons and 10 more reasons not to quit your job in pursuit of your hobby or your passion or your side hustle, whatever you want to call it. So today, I am offering the opposite approach, 10 reasons to consider quitting your job, 10 reasons to quit your job. And let me set this caveat. This is not me telling you that you need to go quit your job tomorrow. This is not that message. This is more of an evaluation. How are things going? What's the deal? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? And hopefully we'll shed some light onto questions that you can consider and things that you can ask yourself. Because truthfully, I believe that your job should support your life. And sometimes the benefits aren't worth the burnout. And if you're experiencing that, then maybe it's time to reconsider where you are and what is possible. That's the biggest thing. Be curious. What is possible? What could be? What would I do if I had full control over what I'm spending my time on today? And sometimes that can be make like tummy ache territory, but maybe that makes you like excited to think about. So this is for everybody because I think you should constantly be evaluating what's going on. Is it supporting the life that you want to live? Are you satisfied? Not just content. Are you satisfied? Is it something that you feel like I could get up and do this? Do you believe in the core mission of what you're doing? Is it supporting a goal of yours? Are you in it for the right reasons? I know that it is millennial culture to quit. I know we are statistically, we are the biggest job hoppers. Every 2 to 3 years, we are trying to find a new gig. And let me be your big sister for a second. Between you and me, sometimes moving and hopping and changing jobs is strategic because it is the only way that you will get a raise or a promotion. Sometimes companies mistake loyalty for complacency and they're like, oh, she's good. She doesn't need a raise. She doesn't need another situation. Truthfully, can we give her more to do because she seems to be loving it? Be careful. Proceed with caution, my friends. All right. So here we go. Sometimes it's okay to quit your job. And maybe this is a topic for another day, but I might weave these things into this conversation today. I have both quit a job with a prospect and quit a job with no prospects. So I've done it all. And I'm on my 4th career at this point at 40. And I've probably had 20 different odd jobs. I was known as the girl, at least in the human resources office, with all the jobs, the girl with all the stipends in college, because I just said yes to anything that had a dollar amount next to it. And true to millennial fashion, I was like, I don't know how to code, but I'm going to figure it out. And I did. So everything is figure outable with just a little bit of Delulu and a good Google search. Believe me. Okay, so I have 10 reasons to quit your job. And who knows, maybe in this conversation, we'll have another part 2 because we had a part 1 and a part 2 of 10 reasons not to quit your job. Go check those out. And this is the devil's advocate of that conversation. All right, so dun, 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 and these are in absolutely no order, just what came out of my little brain. Number 1 reason to quit your job, it's making you miserable. Not just the Sunday scaries, although honestly, Sunday scaries, we should stop normalizing Sunday scaries. We should enjoy, for the most part, going to our jobs. For the most part, you're not going to love every stinking thing about it. Even I love being a fitness professional, but there are some things that are hard and some things that take a little more effort to work through and some things that just don't come naturally, but that's not a reason to quit. Keep that in mind. But if your job is making you miserable, if you are constantly dreading, the job that I quit with no prospect, I would go into work every single day with a severe stomach ache. That's your body telling you, yo, it's time to consider some options. And I just left without considering options. I figured it out. And you will always figure it out. Trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. You can figure it out. If you are irritable or feeling emotionally exhausted or counting down to the weekend, you know, the song like, everybody's working for the weekend. Like, that can be true to an extent, but you spend so much time at work. Maybe we should like kind of like it just a little bit. It's kind of chic to enjoy the work that you're doing. But I know that's a total privilege and not available for everybody. And I get that. And I'm in that situation now. Okay, so a paycheck can compensate you for your time, but you can't get that time back. So if you are miserable, that's a sign. Quit it. Quit it. Number 2, you're staying only because you're scared. Like, what if I quit my job? What happens if I don't have a consistent paycheck? What happens? It's kind of like the fear of the unknown. So my curiosity moment for you, my question for you to ask yourself is this, and I know this is scary, and a caveat, I am a person who comes from absolutely no money. So I have very much fear around money. I do have a scarcity mindset around money. It's taken me a very long time to work out of it, but it's still there, and I get it. If money was not the main thing in this equation, would you still be scared to quit your job? Be real about that. Be real about that. So if you're staying only because of fear, that's something to consider, quitting your job. All right, number 3, the job is preventing your business from growing. This is the one that I'm sitting with all the time. I have been able to grow my business, my fitness business, to a place that makes me feel good while also having a full-time job. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's for everybody. You have to be incredibly disciplined. You have to be incredibly organized, and you have to be a little delulu in order for that to happen. But if you're getting to a point where, I'm kind of at a point where I'm getting requests for things that I can't do because I'm sitting at my job in a box, my other job. And at some point, it's going to be a tipping point where leaving might actually make you more money. It might actually make you more successful. It might actually make you happier. So I'm like getting closer because I'm really excited about this topic if you're watching. So if your job is currently supporting your business, which I'm at that point too, like I have the full-time job so that I can be flexible with my fitness profession. It's allowed me to do things that otherwise I would not have done, risks I would not have taken. But if your job is consuming all of your non-passion job, the job that pays the bills, is consuming all of your energy and all of your creativity, it's time to consider maybe quitting that job. Consider quitting your job if you have a financial plan. This one's really hard. Planning for retirement, thinking about how are you going, like making a list of all of your monthly expenses and figuring out how am I going to hit all of those, and then also have a little extra for savings or cushion or whatever it might be. But if you have those things, if you have emergency savings, if you have little to no debt, if you have any kind of a savings plan, if you have retirement, think about it. And honestly, like if that's the one thing holding you back, this is a scarcity mindset tip and something that I used to encourage the students that I mentored. You can always make more money. If you believe in yourself, you are a hustler. You can go out there, get a job, and you can make more money. Bet on yourself. All right. Number 5 reason that it's time to quit your job. Your side business isn't really a side business anymore. It's really not a side hustle. It's its own full-blown entity. And again, I struggle with this because mine is. It could be a totally standalone gig. It really could. But I have a scarcity mindset, so I'm stuck. Ooh, stuck is such a good coaching word. If you say or hear the word stuck, like that is a coaching opportunity. So I need some scouting and I need some coaching around that. And that's the kind of coaching that I get is around that piece. But if you are constantly getting booked, if you are out there, I'm at a point in my fitness business where people I don't know are commenting and they're talking about it. And that's a really cool space to be in. But it's also like you kind of feel like you're being unfair to yourself if you're not allowing that potential to keep growing. But again, It's not like black or white, one or the other. Like you can have both if you want. This is really, all of these things are just for your consideration, to be curious about, to question, to really mull it over, to really meditate, to really reflect on whether your current situation is fulfilling you in the way that it needs to. Number 6 reason to quit your job in pursuit of your passion. Your values no longer are aligned with your job. And if you have no idea what your values are, hi, I'm a coach. I can help you figure that out. That's one of my niche areas of expertise. I'm really good at helping people discern their values. My values, and these are core values. And I have a really fun set of activities to help you figure out what your core values are. Mine are creativity, energy, and flexibility. Those are the 3 things that I require and that I lean into. And when my full-time job no longer allows me to do all of those things, then it's time to consider leaving. My fitness business allows me to do all those things. It's amazing. I flexibly schedule. I mean, gosh, last week I moved us to 8:30 from 9:30 and everybody showed up anyway. I get to pick when my classes are. Y'all figure it out. Y'all manage. And it's just really a fun environment. I'm looking, where did it go? If you're watching this. Okay. So it's just a really fun environment, a little playground to play in. Okay. So if your values are no longer being served by your job, it's time to maybe consider quitting. Like, there's nothing worse than serving a mission or a purpose that does not sit right with you. And that's been something, this is like my own personal session. Hello. That's been a miss for me too, because I so believe in education. So I've worked my entire professional life that has not been fitness in education. I believe in education. I believe in helping people achieve their goals. So that's always why it's been hard for me to consider leaving. Actually, not hard. I would do it tomorrow. I really would. But I really do believe so much in the power of education and access to education. I'm really passionate about, which is probably what makes me a better fitness professional than your average fitness pro, because I really am interested in educating people, not just creating something and saying, go do it. This is why I've created this particular movement. This is why we're doing this set. This is why we're placing our feet this way. I try to provide the explanation behind everything, which maybe gets a little like bore or sciencey, but I think I have clients that really truly appreciate and value that tidbit. So there's that. All right. Number 7 reason to quit your job. You're missing out on the life that you actually want. So this is where it comes down to, like, how are you spending your time? Are you finding yourself, like, if you are putting in extra hours and extra energy toward the job that is actually not your creation, and you want to be spending more time on that, things are misfiring, misaligning. Like, I want you to live the life that you want to have and do what it takes to get yourself there. So if you are spending late nights at the office and you don't want to be there, if you have no power to say, I can't actually do that because I want to go to this really cool concert, or if you are being discouraged, I had a job like this, being discouraged from taking your deserved vacation and paid time off, that's a problem. That's a problem. And like, let me just also put a caveat in here. There are people in the world that just don't care about this stuff. It couldn't be me. I want to fully dictate what I'm doing in my day. But there's some people that just love being told what to do. Power. That's why it's like, these are just questions to consider. Things under consideration, right? It's not like a yes or no, you have to do this or you don't have to do this. You can have it your way. You really can. You can have your cake and eat it too. Number 8 reason to quit your job. You've outgrown the role. Yeah, I actually took I went back down to the bottom of the totem pole because I didn't want to be spending extra hours and like owning a project. I just wanted to work. So that's a consideration too. Like, sometimes people will force you upward, even if it's not actually what you want to do. So like, I learned very quickly that I don't want to be in a heavy executive leadership role in my education profession. No interest. Does it suck sometimes that you can't like dictate what you're doing? Yup. Does it suck that you sometimes have to go to things that actually don't make sense? Yup. But at the end of the day, I didn't want to be sitting in endless meetings, like boring. Not for me. It's for somebody, not me. Might be for you. But if you feel like you're not challenged, if you feel like you are ready to create, you want to lead, it's time to leave that role. It's time to quit that job. Time to quit that job. And I feel like I have to say, I feel like I've said this already, but I need to say it again as your big sister. It's okay to quit without something to fall back on, as long as like your immediate family is cool with that. But maybe if you are hearing all of this and you're like, whoa, this sounds like me, maybe it's time to quit, start looking for other jobs. You have the power to do that. You have Google. Go start looking for other jobs. Okay. Number 9 reason to quit your job. Your health is paying the price. If you are working in a toxic environment, either emotionally, socially, or actually physically, there was a day they were doing work at our building and they were like, oh, we found asbestos. And I was like, cool, I'll be working from home. Even though we have no working from home policy, I was like, literally don't care. I'm not breathing that in. My health is more important than that. If you are so stressed and so anxious or so depressed and you did not have those things prior to this job and you are now being forced onto medications and things that you never ever had to deal with before, it's time to consider like maybe this job isn't the right fit for you. And it's okay to realize, even if, and let me just be so brutally honest, I put 10 years into one job knowing that I wanted to move up to a higher role. I got that role and realized, oopsies, that's not actually what I wanted to do. It's okay to have put hours and years towards something, get it, and realize it's actually not for you anymore. Sometimes the chase is better than the actual thing. I love the pursuit, but I don't like I don't actually want to do that job. I just want to work toward it. If it's causing you anxiety, if you are physically deteriorating from it, if you are burning out, this is not the job for you. This is not the job for you. A little bit of stressy, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of nervousness, that's normal. But so much that you might have to be on medication or your blood pressure has risen or you have all these other health issues, that is a giant red flag. If you're not sleeping, I cannot tell you, people leadership roles in where I'm currently working are telling me yeah, I don't sleep anymore. I just can't. I just don't have time. I'm like, that sounds awful. And maybe this isn't the job for you, but I really don't care. Okay. And number 10, the reason that maybe it's time to quit your job is you just feel ready. And sometimes you don't know that you're ready until you've already left it and you're like, whoa, I was mega ready. But if you're just if you are not eyes forward, focused, motivated, and you're sort of looking around at what other people are doing and kind of curious about other options, that's a sign. It's time to reconsider. It's time to make a leap. It's time to go somewhere else. And if you have those feelings, but you're not sure how to articulate it, you're not sure if it is actually the right thing for you, again, I'm a life coach and I can help you work through all of that. I can help you get unstuck and realize what it is you're actually after. So before you quit, ask yourself, I have these 5 questions. What am I actually running toward? Or am I just this is such a, am I the problem moment? Because I've asked myself that before too. Am I the problem? Am I just the only one not vibing with this? And then that might also be you're not meant for that. I asked that all the time when I was working for big box gyms. I'm looking around at all the other trainers and they're all nodding their heads yes, this is what we like. And I'm you don't see the problem in this? Okay. So yes, I was the problem and I needed to leave. What am I actually running toward? How much money do I realistically need? This is you have to have a moment of what are your actual expenses? What are you actually paying for? This can get a little uncomfortable. I get it. What benefits will I need to replace, if any? What does my business need from me that it isn't getting right now? For real. And am I making this decision from clarity or from burnout? Because that's very different. And the biggest one, do I want to quit my job or do I just need to take some time off? That can be real too. You might be oh, I need to quit, but really you might just need to step away. That's an option too. That might be I don't need to quit. But If you are really experiencing that burnout, then you know what? Maybe it is time to quit. There you have it. 10 reasons that it might be time to quit your job in pursuit of running your own show, running your own business, doing your own thing, taking your side hustle from the side to the main course. And let me know what else you would add to that list. I'm curious. I'm going to mull it over a little and consider if there's a part 2 to this. There probably is. I feel like I've definitely missed some things, but those are the top 10 things that came to mind when I was definitely looking to quit and when I did quit jobs. I've quit a lot of jobs. I really have. Wow. When you stop to think about it, I really have quit a lot of jobs. Like sometimes it's just a relocation thing. Like I moved. I can't work there anymore. Like when I worked in a bakery or when I was doing some side work, I worked at Dunkin' as a barista. I quit because my job got a little more demanding. Sometimes you do. And it's okay. It's okay to quit. It's okay to want to quit. It's okay to be a little curious about quitting. Let's have that conversation. And let me know what else you would add to this list. What did I miss? And maybe we'll have a part 2. So check back for that. In the meantime, make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you check out the Secret Life of a Fit Pro blog and check out Tuesday Tea every Tuesday. Bye.